Hey Rock and Metal Guardians, it's Dane. In my previous episode, I shared with you my top favorite 25 albums of all time. Today I want to share with you those that did not make the cut, what I call on the cusp releases. They're this close to making it, but for whatever reason they just quite didn't make the grade. They're albums I love. They're some of my favorite. They would definitely be in my top 50. I'm not sure where I would put them in my top 50, so they're in no specific order. There are 16 of them, so I call these my Sweet 16 on the cusp releases, as I said, and runners-up, if you will. So let's go ahead and get started in no particular order. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. The production on this, like the first album, not very good, but the songs are just amazing. I love them, so that's definitely there. Okay, next one, Judas Priest, Stained Class. Same thing, just like the previous video. These are all, for the most part, great from start to finish. Another classic Priest album. Say a few things about this one. The songs Saints in Hell and Beyond the Realms of Death are my two favorite songs on the album. Beyond the Realms of Death, very an emotional piece. It's heavy at times, and it has that light and shade thing that Jimmy Page loved so much that he did in Led Zeppelin. And then Saints in Hell is just a heavy kick butt rocker. And then next we have David Bowie's Station to Station. Very small track listing. The opening song is a long piece. It's progressive in many ways because it has a long intro instrumental, and then it kicks into the lyrics 5 or 6 minutes later. Just David Bowie doing his thing. The album cover is a scene from his movie The Man Who Fell to Earth. Anyway, great album. And then an album I like just a little bit more than that one is Scary Monsters and Super Creeps. This is great on so many levels. Part of the reason why is the wonderful guitar playing from Carlos Alomar, and then a real treat here, you have Robert Fripp from King Crimson playing on many of the tracks. Two other treats, you have Tony Visconti playing acoustic guitar on one number, and you have Pete Townsend guesting on another. So great kind of, if you like King Crimson and you like David Bowie, this is kind of like a love child of the two. It's how it works out, just wonderful. Deep Purple, Machine Head. This is aged well. Now, having said that, number 7, Space Truckin' is a song I like. It's not a song I love. Used to love that song. Now, for me, it's just... So, in one regard, it's not aged well. I still listen to it. When I listen to it, I usually listen to live versions because I have a whole slew of their live stuff. But this is just a fabulous album, too. Next is Close to the Edge by Yes. Like Relayer, it only has 3 songs. Close to the Edge and You and I and Siberian Cut True. Just a masterpiece all around. But I like Relayer just a bit better than this one. Next is also another Yes album, Fragile. This is them showcasing their individual talents, although still working together as a band. My favorite song on the album is Heart of the Sunrise. What I love about this song is it reminds me, not musically, but it reminds me of what Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson do on By Torn the Snow Dog, and in a shorter sense, Free Will, because in those 2 songs by Rush, they're battling, they're showing their skills as a guitar and then a bass player, and they're fighting, and then of course that coincides with the fighting in By Torn the Snow Dog, especially. Free Will's a little different, but so they're trading licks, and so Steve Howe and Chris Squire are trading licks as well. And even more so, what's great about that song is just the hammer-ons and pull-offs that Chris Squire does on bass. For me personally, Heart of the Sunrise is a holy grail song as a bass player. So anyway, just a wonderful album all around as well. And then who could argue, well, some have actually. I know people who, not biggest fans of this, but for me this is yet another masterpiece. This is just a wonderful... this and Animals are my 2 favorite Pink Floyd releases. This is just great. So, I don't have to say much about that. Those who love this album know what I'm talking about. And then this next one is the UFO CD. There are the song listings. This is UFO's 4th album, but the second album if you count the fact that many people regard Phenomenon as their true first album, even though it's their third, because in Phenomenon is really where they found their sound, and this continues that. This has some really good solid hard rockers on it, like Mother Mary, which is my favorite. So Force It. Then we have Mott the Hooples, All the Young Dudes, Sweet Jane. They do a cover of that great Lou Reed song, Mama's Little Jewel, All the Young Dudes, the song that David Bowie gave to them to revitalize their career. Sucker, Jerk and Crocus, those two songs are great, back to back. One of the Boys, my favorite song on this album. Soft Ground, my least favorite song on the album, but still a good song. Ready for Love / Afterlights. And then the emotionally charged and wonderful, slow, ballady song, Sea Diver. Ian Hunter nails it all the time, but he especially nails it on that one. He's really, oh wow, it's just, you have to hear it. If you haven't heard it, you have to. Sea Divers, it's called, and those of you who've heard it and love it, you know what I'm talking about. Next, one of the best thrash albums of all time, if not the best, for me, be my second favorite. Rust in Peace, from start to finish, like these albums are. Electric Ladyland by Hendrix. When it first came out on vinyl, double vinyl record. That's what I meant. So, yeah, great album. This is an album, I think, like Physical Graffiti and Exile on Main Street. You have to listen to it from start to finish. That's just my opinion. Next, the Todd Rundgren produced We're an American Band. Not much of an album cover there, but the songs are wonderful. We're an American Band, Stop Looking Back, Creepin', Black Licorice, my second favorite song on the album. The title track is my favorite. The Railroad, great song. Ain't Got Nobody, Walk Like a Man, Loneliest Writer. Hooray is a bonus track, as well as The End, and then you get an acoustic mix version of Stop Looking Back, and then the 2002 remix of We're an American Band. I like the original better. The title track is just incredible, just the way the drums come in at the beginning and just hit you over the head, and it's just, no guts, no glory kind of a thing. This is just marvelous. And then I have 3 from Black Sabbath. This is a cliched choice, of course, but it's just a great album. And this is where I came in. Paranoid with the band. Arguably, perhaps the first doom metal ever. Black Sabbath's Master of Reality. Okay. And then finally, of my Sweet 16, again, these are in no particular order. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. There's the back again. I prefer the back cover. It's more pleasant, right? So anyway, these are my Sweet 16 records that didn't make my top 25. So I wanted to share those with you as well. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.